Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, I get to show you that some of the best photos in best conditions are not the most fun for the people taking the photos. I've tried to film a video here for a couple days, and just now I was trying to film a video. Sophia and I went up this hill here and got absolutely blasted by hail. And then the light was gone by the time we got to the top of the hill. Yesterday morning, I tried to shoot sunrise, and yeah, you could tell that the wind is just so relentless that there's absolutely no way for me to focus on a camera to film with, let alone barely the camera that I shoot photos with. And then later that day, the wind was so strong that we almost got blown off the bridge, but the photos that came out for the water on the waves and stuff like that are absolutely spectacular. So it's one of those things where the photos are great, but the conditions that we have to take them in, not so fun. Here we go. Well, as you can tell, it's pretty windy, and I don't know if we're gonna get any light on the peaks. I'm at the spot from last week's sunset episode. I'm gonna try to set up the same type of shot as I had last time, but I don't necessarily know if we're gonna get any color on the mountains, but we're gonna set up and wait. Dancing across the room, you remind me of falling rain. Yeah, that sweet, sweet sound on my window pane. You remind me of sky so blue. I'm gonna hold. All right, I'm out of the wind a little bit. As you can see in the footage, we did not get the conditions we were hoping for. I think that giant lenticular cloud blocked the sun. And I stood out there in 30 minutes of wet spraying water in the wind. It was pretty rough, but I'm still happy to be here because it's still absolutely gorgeous, even when I don't take a photo or anything. What a beautiful place. Gonna go to the van, warm up a little bit, maybe go back to sleep. Not entirely sure yet. I'm gonna get up to more shenanigans.
That wind never really went away, and it was likely the windiest day we experienced in Patagonia. Nearly 100-kilometer-an-hour gusts at times meant just trying to walk outside was a bit of a challenge. We did try to hike a bit, but ultimately cut it short because we legitimately struggled to walk. I did snap a couple rainbow shots, though, that I quite like. Back to spend the rest of the day hanging out in the cafe of the hotel on the lake, and the wind never really stopped, which made for some really unique shots right outside the coffee shop. You remind me of the warm summer night, yeah, the breeze through the trees, flickering fireflies. You remind me of birds that sing. You remind me of my favorite things. The next 24 hours, the conditions were absolutely terrible for photography, and sunset the next evening wasn't looking promising either until the clouds started opening up late into the evening and things started to improve. Speaking of improving, let me take a moment to thank today's sponsor, BetterHelp. This year, one of my goals is to generate more sustainability within my work and this channel. My biggest cause of stress in this space has always been my sustainability, and a great way to get through that stress and anxiety is therapy. BetterHelp makes starting therapy really easy and much less intimidating for many people. The beauty of BetterHelp is accessibility and the convenience by letting you have therapy sessions as phone calls, video chats, or even just messaging, whatever is most comfortable for you. So you can join over 4 million people who've used BetterHelp to start living a healthier and happier life by clicking the link down in the description. BetterHelp can match you to one of over 30,000 therapists in their network based on your needs, preferences, and locations, which gives you access to a wider range of expertise that may be available in your city. Signing up takes no time at all. You'll fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with a therapist that aligns with you, typically in under 48 hours. Once you're matched, you can schedule a video or voice session, plus you can exchange unlimited messages through their app or online web browser. If you feel like your therapist isn't a great fit, you can always switch with a click of a button at no additional cost. Clicking my link in the description helps support this channel, and it also will save you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you.
Okay, we're gonna go see if we can get something for sunset. Look at this. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I've come back to the spot that I shot for sunrise earlier in the video that you just saw, and as you can tell, it is not frantically windy. As I say that, the wind starts to gust. But we are here for sunset. This is not necessarily a great sunset spot here in Torres, just because the sun sets all the way on the left. It doesn't really illuminate a lot of the peaks. However, it has been raining all day. We have not seen the peaks at all. And there's this really majestic light that you can see on both peaks in the frame of the shot. Let me explain my shot just a little bit. So I have that log in the foreground, just like I had from yesterday morning, or I was trying to photograph. It actually moved from over here to over here, which is perfect for this particular shot. And it's a completely balanced frame. It has the log in the bottom half of the frame as the waves are hitting it. So I'm shooting at about 1/5 of a second, f/16, not gonna focus stack or anything like that. And then in the background, I have the left peak, and on the right side, I have the right peak, and everything just balances really well with the light that was fading off in here on the left. Now, right now you can tell there's not a lot of light on the peaks, but about 10 minutes ago, there was a lot of majestic light that I took a few shots of. What I was doing is I was take the shot of the waves at 1/5 of a second, which was way too bright for the sky. Then I would manually adjust my exposure with the shutter speed to be able to recover that when I blend them together. Instead of shooting bracketed, which I can't do when I'm shooting waves, because that wave shot is the one that matters the most, I'll just take a bunch of shots at 1/5 of a second, and then if I get a good wave, then I'll bring my shutter speed down really quick, take a shot so I can blend that and recover those highlights. The composition is pretty simple overall, but it is just, I mean, the landscape kind of just speaks for itself. It really carries a lot of the weight in how majestic these images are. And just being here at the right place at the right time, I had to rush down here because, like I said, this was all in storm clouds just 15 minutes ago and you couldn't see anything, but it was starting to come out just a little bit. And I was like, I got to get down there just in case. And as you can tell, the main peaks of Torres here are just showing themselves right now. We're going to see if we get any nice light as the evening recedes. But I'm going to keep taking a couple images and see what we can come up with. You know you're in my other shot.
My head looks so small.
Are you saying I have a big head? All right, so Sophia has grown in height from all the wind. She's officially 6'4". Well, no, this is the first time we've actually just been able to stand out here and enjoy it.
I know.
Like
I
this,
do have 3 pairs of pants on.
3 pairs of pants?
3. Yes, 3.
How many top layers?
4.
4 top layers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have 1 pair of pants on.
Well,
it's a good thing I just have at least 1 on. Absolutely magical. This is what we came here for. Mm-hmm. This is the first time. What day is it? 3? 4?
I honestly have no idea.
But anyways, this is like literally the first time we've just sat out here and watched a sunrise and sunset and not been completely engulfed in wind. So we're really enjoying it. I can't feel my hands right now, but that's okay.
It's because you only have 1 pair of pants on.
No, my hands.
It's all connected.
What is it? What's my next line? Should it be here? Oh! Oh no!
Here comes the wind. Oh no is right.
Okay, here's my favorite shot. Bye.
You remind me of the warm summer night. Yeah, the breeze through the trees, flickering fireflies. You remind me of birds that sing. You remind me of my favorite thing.
All right, good morning, everyone. We're heading back out to the spot that I've been shooting the last sunrise and sunset because it looks like we're actually gonna get a sunrise. It does not look like it should get blocked by some clouds. We're probably gonna get some really nice light. And thankfully we know the spot really well. Just gotta get over there and hope that these little bit of clouds here don't block the sun, but I think it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. Okay, so it's much windier this morning, meaning there's a lot more wave action. So taking the wave shot should be a little bit easier, aside from the fact that I have to deal with the wind. But I'm gonna set up the same shot from last night. Even though I think I got a decent shot last night, I think we can get an even better one this morning. And our log is still pretty much in the same spot. So I'm gonna come over here and try to get the same shot, maybe a little bit lower. I reviewed my images last night and I thought I should have been lower, which also means I'm gonna get splashed a little bit more. I'm gonna test to see it before I put on anything else here. But we already know the shot. Oh yeah, that's it. A little bit lower, that's the shot.
I'm like the moon, pulling the wires, passing you up in the night. Coriander and the things that we were, and whatever makes you feel right. Oh, you and I under the stars.
Okay, we had to forego that shot in the water with the log because the wind picked up so much that the mist off the water is continually spraying my lens and I can't keep it clean. So I'm coming over here to a different spot with a little bit less mist, a little bit less wind, hopefully. I'm gonna try to set up another shot while the light's still good. See what we can find. Woo! Oh my goodness! Woo! Let's go, baby! Oh. Oh. Woo! Look at this light! Holy! Oh, Jesus. All right, we got some absolutely beautiful conditions this morning. And even though that log shot didn't work out, coming over here and finding this little composition down here was actually a treat because not only does it vary up the images I've been taking, but also pretty sure I just got like a portfolio worthy shot down there. The composition was basically the bowl of the water on the bottom as the waves came in, but then I had this little cliff here, and when the waves hit hard enough, it would create a tiny little waterfall, and it was perfectly balanced with the peaks back here. It all just came together 1/5 of a second. I was actually changing my ISO so I could keep my aperture about f11, f16, because I was right down here, sitting here with the camera, and that point that I was focusing on, which is the waterfall, was right here. It was far enough away that f16 was actually probably overkill, so I switched it to about f11, I believe, and then I just shot 1/5 of a second. That's like the nicest shutter speed for waves that are moving this fast. It might even still be a little bit too slow, but basically every time I got hit, I had to wipe the lens down and reshoot it every time. But the conditions were just perfect. Like literally could not ask for better conditions. I think the image is gonna come out. I really hope you enjoy. Here's the image. I'm gonna wait around because when I learned the first day is that some of the best light also happens even an hour after sunrise. So here's the image. Let's see what else we can get up to. Thanks for watching, thanks for being here, thanks for tuning in. I am so stoked. This is awesome. This is a big payoff getting out of a cold, cold van this morning. Okay, enough of me blabbing. Here it is.
Dress that you wore and the way that we danced in the light. can see everything hidden and
That afternoon, Sophia and I attempted to hike this trail for the third time, which is known by most photographers for the endless unique dead trees that you can see on screen. The last two attempts we made were ruined by winds. Actually, this is where I shot those rainbow shots in the beginning of the episode. But this time, there were pockets of strong gusts, but it was finally walkable without falling over. It was midday and the light was beautifully harsh, so I did manage to snap a couple photos with a very high-key look. Now, a lesson here is that apparently the entire area you're not allowed to explore or walk off trail, and it is quite strict. I wasn't aware of this as I stepped off trail very mildly, maybe about 5 or 10 steps, and a hired guide passing by kindly let me know that I wasn't allowed to step off the trail. Admittedly, this was a bit of a bummer considering there's so many cool and unique trees out there to go explore, but alas, rules are rules. I did manage to snap one quick composition handheld and another shot right on the trail that I liked. I converted both to black and white as the harsh light really muddles the color in the scene, but works really wonderfully in monochrome.
Windy.
everything hidden and known. We can be anything.
All right, after our little hike and scouting some locations, Sophia has made some delicious... What did you make?
Ham, egg, and cheese open-faced sandwich.
I would show you mine, but I ate it all already. It's gone. It was delicious. All right, so we just opened this bag of... I don't know, what do you call these?
Ramitas Evercrisp.
What she said. And we're going to try them real quick. They look like little fry things. I think I've had these in America, but... Oh, definitely have not had these in America.
This is mukbang.
This is what?
Mukbang?
That doesn't sound appropriate. What websites are you looking at?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Oh, we can put them on our soup.
That's all you. This has been our review of...
I kind of like them. The more you eat them, the more fun it is to eat, you know? You're just like, nom, 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 nom.
That's a no for me. That's a yes for you.
Nom, 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 nom.
After our snack, the weather turned and rained for the rest of the day, so there was no sunset that evening. But I did get to spend some time losing to Sophia at French Rummy, although she kept making up the rules as we played, which I'm pretty sure is why I lost.
All right, good morning, everyone. I almost didn't make it out of bed. That's why it's a little lighter than it has been the other few mornings, because it's very cold. It snowed last night. As you can tell, all the peaks are covered in snow. But I think we're still going to make it over there in time for some light if it does happen. I just really had to motivate myself to get up. It is cold in the van, very cold. And it looks like we've got some clear skies where the sun comes up. So I'm hoping for some nice majestic light this morning. Just going back to the same area, there's so many compositions there that it really, you can vary it up so much that it doesn't, you could take 5, 10 different types of images. I might take some more telephoto images this morning rather than big grand scenes. That's what I've been taking for the last, basically since I've been here. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to try to find something new, but I might just audible to a wide shot and then take telephoto while I'm shooting the wide shots. There's no wind this morning, so a lot of those shots of the waves and stuff don't work because, believe it or not, even though it looks like those are actual waves from an ocean, it's just a lake and they don't exist without really strong winds. There is no tide or anything like that. So because of that, we might find slightly calmer moods, calmer scenes. So I was alone yesterday in the wind. Look at all the photographers today. There's about 4 of them down there. A couple up here. There's more over there, down there. There's a guy over there. Pretty sure I was completely alone yesterday. Crazy. So I'm currently looking around for compositions of stuff I haven't shot yet. I've come to this little beach that I haven't been down to. I like this little pattern in the rocks, but because the waves are not very big, I don't think it's going to look too great. I'm pretty sure the light's going to kick off here soon, judging by these clouds up here that are getting touched by some light. So I got to make a decision soon. Just having a decision paralysis because I've already shot here a few times and I'm trying to find something new. Let's go over here and look. All right, so we're taking a nice calmer scene this morning because there's no wind and I like the atmosphere of the snow. We're not getting a lot of dynamic light on the mountain peaks yet. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'm taking a nice long shutter speed of this piece of wood here on the beach, and it's creating some good atmosphere. The only problem is the longer the shutter speed, all these branches are moving around in the waves. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a shorter shutter speed for my image behind me so I can retain some of those highlights. I'm just taking 14mm big wide angle shot like normal. This is gonna be my main shot, and then I'll probably take some telephoto shots, more detailed shots with the camera that I'm filming on right now. But this is one I want to set up and have, because like I said, my priority this morning was actually more of the telephoto side than it was these wide shots, but I always like to have it set up, ready to go in case the light pops off or anything like that. But that's our simple scene, f/16, just changing the shutter speed based off of what I'm exposing for, whether it's the branches or the background. The light is really gorgeous this morning. It's not windy, it's actually enjoyable to be out here. It looks colder than it is. It's not actually as cold now that I'm warmed up. And we've got a nice little simple scene here that I'll take a few photos of and show you, along with some of the other ones that happened this morning. I'm gonna take one right now. Might have to throw an ND on here now that it's getting brighter out. Although I'm liking these scenes. Actually, I like this one. This is nice. We're gonna slow our speed our shutter speed back up and just try to capture a wave as it hits the branches. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit more, so we're getting a little bit more turbulence in the water. And that's kind of working a little bit with highlighting this little branch here. It's not looking too bad, actually. It has been an absolutely calm, beautiful morning here. I mean, just look at the background behind me right now. It doesn't really get better than this. And what a great way to end this video about how difficult it is to film and photograph here with a nice, calm morning. Actually, the hardest thing about getting up this morning or photographing this morning was getting up out of the van because it was freaking cold. Thankfully, I'm well versed in that living in Ross. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful morning. Barely any wind, really peaceful, really enjoyed it. Glad I got up. Here's the last few images. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next one. There's got to be a rainbow out there somewhere. We just got to go find them. Later.
Pulling the waves, passing you up in the night. Corey